Welcome back to Midco Sports tonight, here with Jason and Dara to talk a little South Dakota Class B baseball. Class B does not get enough publicity, Jandy, so we are going to give them some today.
Well, it's about time. It's been really fun watching Class B baseball this year, and I know I only include 5 teams in my power rankings, but there are 9 teams right now that have 2 losses or less on the season. I think they all could make noise in the playoffs. We got a chance to go out and see a few of those teams last night. Let's head out to Gregory, where the unbeaten winner Colome Royals take on Gregory County. Winner came in, as I said, unbeaten, but Dustin Frank gets a hit right away, RBI single, gets Gregory on the board, and this kid, he deserves some camera time. He has got some fantastic lettuce up there. He works really hard on that. Nice hair. Joyette Beltram, I'm sure, is jealous. Then another pass ball later in that inning. Carter Brickman will score, and he ties it up at 1, and the Royals get things going on offense with Jeremiah Yeaman. He rips one to center field. Nice little piece of hitting, and the winner, Colome Royals, start really getting going. Ty Bolton is going to add one on. He gets an RBI single that brings in Leighton Tiemann, and winner would go on to get the 11-7 victory. They stay unbeaten. Their head coach, Drew Weber, happy with their season so far.
The key to the postseason always is throwing strikes and making plays. You can't afford to give up extra base runners or even, making mistakes where somebody gets to take an extra base or you're throwing wild pitches or things like that. I mean, really, especially with the wooden bats, everything comes down to throwing strikes, making plays. And then offensively, like I said earlier, we usually have an aggressive style on the base paths, which has kind of been our MO over the past 5 years. But like you said, put the ball in play, avoiding strikeouts, making the other team make plays, put the pressure on them. It's really fundamental, basic stuff. I mean, you can talk about this even at Little League level. The game doesn't really change the more you go. The mistakes get magnified though once the postseason starts.
All right, we had another big Class B game going on last night. West Central came in with just 1 loss, visiting McCook Central, and definitely some hitting going on in this one. Bryce Smart keeps McCook's rally going. He scores 2 on this single. And they've got a 7-0 lead in the second inning, but no lead is safe. West Central would catch up. They'd only be down 10-8 when Caden Knowles comes up, and he changes that with a single up the middle. They score 2 more runs, and they're right back in this game. You think the score is high now? You just wait. Cooper Morris puts a charge into this ball. He's going to get a 2 RBI double, and that is absolutely smoked. West Central keeps the runs coming. We're still in the middle of this game. Both teams getting into double digits here. Clay Haben would hit the next double coming up right here over the right fielder's head. He's going to plate Mara, and guess what? The Trojans up 17-10. The Burros, they're going to need a touchdown to tie this thing up late in the game. Miles Mutzinger would put the cherry on top with a single, scoring 2 more runs. And look at this, West Central going to win 22-12. And it's always great to hear from their coach, Bob Needles. Enjoy.
We're going to take a day off or so. We played a doubleheader Monday, and we played again tonight. Now we're going to take a day off. Then we're going to hit for the weekend, Friday and Sunday. I know it's Mother's Day, but kids want to hit later in the day, so we're going to hit. And then just get ready to play. We want to try and make it to the Super Regional, and then go from there. We just take care of business one at a time.
So West Central and Winter Colome in good shape heading into the playoffs next week, and I think West Central is going to improve even more. Taking batting practice on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
I think that's really going to help, Bob. I think that's going to help. Let's take a look at the way we're shaking out here. We're going to have playoffs coming up very soon in Class B. That starts next week already. There are 4 different regions, 2 different divisions in each region. So the divisional playoffs take place next week, and they'll pare it down to 16 teams for the super regionals that take place the following week on the 21st and 22nd. And again, they'll pare that field down to 8. And this year, we're going to have 8 teams at the state tournament instead of 4 like we have in the past few seasons. So we're going to have 4 regional champions and 4 runner-ups at that state tournament on May 28th and 29th at the Birdcage.
I think that's a good thing. But looking at that, which divisions do you think are the hardest to play out of or to get out of?
Well,
I guess you could say which ones are loaded.
There are a couple of loaded ones. Really, I think there are clear-cut favorites, those top 2 teams in each division. The one region I have my eye on, though, is maybe the most unpredictable, Region 3B East. And that is because they have Lennox, Garrettson, and Sioux Falls Christian, as well as T-Area, who is shown to play some good games. So I think all 4 of those teams will have a shot to make it to the regionals. I think most people agree that Lennox is the favorite, but I think Garrettson, Sioux Falls Christian, they showed that they can really play with those teams. In fact, they just played last night and did a good job. But like I said, a lot of chances for upsets in these next couple days leading up to the region tournament.
Well, talking about those regions, just for fun,
right.
as you mentioned, Jandy, only 8 teams qualify for state, but that is more than years past. Who do you think has the best chance to qualify?
Well, I'll tell you what, each region is going to have a little bit of drama, that's for sure. In Region 1, with the favorites right now, I think, are Dakota Valley and Parkston. I think Bonholm is another team that you're going to have to watch. You're going to have to see if they can knock out Parkston to get that second spot. In Region 2, Del Rapids and Madison, clear-cut favorites in my mind. I think they both make the state tournament. But if anybody could upset the apple cart, maybe it's Dubrook, Castlewood, Hamlin. They've shown that they can beat Del Rapids. They could maybe pull something off. In Region 3, I think Baltic is the team we're not talking about enough. They should make the state tournament. And Lennox has been absolutely phenomenal after their 1 loss early in the season. In Region 4, I think we used to get the pen out and just ink in St. Thomas More as a guarantee in the state tournament. This year, they're in real jeopardy. PGDC, WLC, the Honkers.
Oh, no, the
favorite
Honkers!
team, could knock them out of it. And I think Winter Colome, the team we just saw in the highlights, should make it out of Region 4. So that leaves St. Thomas More on the short end of that stick.
All right, well, great stuff. We'll see how it plays out. Thank you, Jandy. When we come back, the Augustana women's golf team is headed to the NCAA championships on a high note after winning their Super Regional. We have the Super Regional individual champ, Augie senior Callie Troutman, in studio to chat with our Elena Lanson. Stay right here.